I don't even know if I'm saying any of the words correctly. Anyway. Hi guys, it's Misty and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Misty and I am a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I also own a brick and mortar antique store called Wildflower Antiques, but this video is my what sold on eBay video for the week of November 25th through December 1st. It was a great week. It was a busy week for me. I had a lot of things going on at the shop and I didn't get a lot of things listed on eBay. I mean, I still listed a lot on eBay, but with Thanksgiving and preparations, I think I said that word correctly, preparations for Thanksgiving, eBay got kind of pushed to the back burner. But people were shopping on Thanksgiving. I made quite a few sales on Thanksgiving, so it was a great week. Let's go ahead and see what sold for me on eBay this week. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the seller hub, and you can see my total sales this week were up 47.5%, and it looks like that Tuesday and Friday were my best sales day of the week, and Saturday was my least sales for the week, which is typical because I don't list a lot on Saturdays. So let's go ahead and see what I sold. These first couple things were items that were featured in my 5 Things Friday. This was the vintage Drury's beer sign statue mountie. It was a chalkware piece, and it was in great condition. There were some issues to the label here, and just a few small little not really chips, just where the paint was missing. I did list that in the listing, that any defects that were on it, but we did take some nice clear photos of it on a nice crisp white background, which is always recommended. I did put it on as an auction because the comps were kind of all over the place, so I just started it. I believe I started it at $99. So I started it at a price that I was comfortable selling it for. It ended up getting 3 bids and it sold for $102.50. And I had it listed in the shop for $75. So this was a great thing to go ahead and put online. This next item is also something that was featured in my 5 Things Friday video. And it was this like a vintage blood pressure cuff is basically. It's a medical lifeline barometer kit. Blood pressure device. The cuff itself was rubber and it was just rotted. But it was in this really cool wooden box. It just has a really cool look to it. And vintage medical devices are collectible. And this sold for $49.50 and the buyer paid shipping. The buyer also paid shipping. I charged them $8.30, and actually it didn't cost much more than that to ship, so I was pleasantly surprised since that was chalkware. And the next item was something that I never did put this in the shop because I knew looking it up that it was going to sell much better online than even attempting to put it in the shop. But it was this Vitology antique book from 1926. It was an encyclopedia of health and home. It sold for $59.99. I did provide free shipping because it did ship media mail. But look at the graphics on this. It was kind of creepy. It had this pull-out graphics in it. The book itself wasn't in the best of shape. You can see here the binding was apart from the book itself. But this was a medical book. It's a collectible book. And it did finally sell. I did have it for a little while, but I knew it wasn't going to sell for what it was worth in the shop. This next item was, we got these records at an auction. We got a box lot of them. I kept a couple of them for myself, and we have some in the shop. And then some of them that were, worth a little bit more money, we decided to put online, and this was one of them. This was a Frank Sinatra in the wee small hours. It is an original press. It was in excellent condition. I don't know that it had really ever been played. This was a very highly collectible. The sleeve was in pristine condition as well. and it sold for $65.60. I did provide free shipping on this because it did ship media mail. This next item was something that I picked up at Goodwill probably over the summer. Paid $3.50 or $4.50, one of those two. It costs is how much I would pay for it at Goodwill. But this little Walmart Supercenter Village. Now, Walmart does come out with these, I think, every year, and every year they're different. This one was the vintage Victorian scene from 2017. These are collectible. People do collect Walmart villages, believe it or not, but they do. This sold for $32.81, and the buyer paid shipping. And you can see here, it's always a good idea to dim your lights a little bit when you're taking pictures of things that light up. And that way you can show your buyer that it does work. So that's just a little tip there when you have things that light up. All right. Birkenstocks. Always, 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 always buy Birkenstocks, even if they are in kind of crummy condition, if you can get them cheap enough. I got these at Goodwill for $4.50. They are the Boston black leather buckle mules. It's just slip-on, size 10. Sold for $45. I did provide free shipping on these. They did ship, I think they were just slightly over a pound, so it was like $7.45 to ship it. But sold them for $45. The next item are these Born Concept. Now, the Born booties do well for me on eBay. And really some of the Born shoes, they do have a following. They're a nice, comfortable, very well-made shoe. And I readily find them at Goodwill a lot. So these were these little, the BC 1564, size 9 booties. They sold for $30 and the buyer paid shipping. This little Fontane Nativity Set I've had for a while. Listed it. I knew it wasn't going to probably sell until this time of year. It did finally sell on a 15% off sale for $32.72. This one was the number 55074 Stable and Figures. This Fontane, it is a collectible piece. If you can get them cheap enough, I would buy them. I picked this up at Goodwill for $4.50. And you can see here just still a nice, clean, not a lot of words, just straight to the point description with nice, bright pictures. Always is the key. Okay, the next item, I think I have one of these left, but I found 5 of these for 99 cents a piece at Goodwill, and I've sold all of them but one. And they've all been selling for $14.25, and the buyer is paying shipping. They are just these little 1991 Energizer Bunny. Y'all remember the Energizer Bunny? Remember those annoying commercials? Well, the majority of these have been shipping through the global shipping program too. So overseas, they're liking the Energizer Bunny still. These next, I got these at Goodwill. These Bucket Feet men's Nomad gray shoes. Now, I had a hard time finding the comps on this style on eBay, so I just did a Google search. You can always do a Google search. I think I just entered in the information that I had. There wasn't a style number on these. I just did as many adjectives as I could. I think I did like continents or world, and I ended up finding another sales site for these, and these were designed by an artist named Aaron Feinstein. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't use Google to just try to figure it out. So sometimes if you can't find it on eBay, definitely use Google, and you'll be able to, if you can type in some things to describe it, you might be in search Google Images, you might be able to find it. And I was able to do that. These sold very quickly for $26.50, and the buyer paid shipping. They were in decent condition. I mean, they've been worn, but they look like the continents. At first I thought there was bleach stains on them, but no, it's the continents. This next item is a Springbok, the Family Tree 500-piece jigsaw puzzle by Gary Patterson. This was Cats in a Tree. Brand new, sealed. I paid $1.99 for it at Goodwill. Sold it for $25.50, and the buyer paid shipping. This next item is a McCoy Art Pottery Basket Weave Flower Pot. I picked this up at the Goodwill bins, believe it or not. It was in pristine condition. No chips, no flaws, great condition. Sold it for $24.50 and the buyer paid shipping. And as always with items, make sure that you put the measurements in them. It really does help. It gives the buyer a sense of size, or you could maybe put something as a size reference even. But to me, just adding the measurements is good enough. Okay, I sold this Jofa ski helmet for $24.23 and the buyer paid shipping. Picked this up at Goodwill for $3.50, I believe. It still had the, I don't know if I had a picture of that or not, but yeah, it actually still had the original sales slip on it when it was purchased in, what was it, 97, I believe. This had some marks on it. It was used. I believe it was, yeah, size large. I don't know. But sold for $24.23. I don't know that I'd pick this up again, though, honestly, because it takes up a lot of space. I don't know. This is something that I picked up from the St. Vincent thrift store. I believe I paid $5.99 for the entire set. They are these Osmos Base with Words Tanagram special for the iPad. They're these STEM educational toys. They sold for $32.60, but I'm waiting on the buyer to pay for the item, but they did sell for that, but we'll see if they pay, and the buyer will be paying shipping. I don't think that I'll buy these again, though. This was like the second time that someone had purchased them and then not have paid for them. So that to me is like the kiss of death. So I won't be picking it up again. The next item are these vintage Levi's 501. I also picked these up at the St. Vincent thrift store for, I think I got them on a sale day. They were $1. I actually have a teal pair of these too that I haven't listed yet. They're these vintage button fly Levi jeans from the 90s. You can see here they're the 501s, which is the 501s are kind of the good ones to look out for. And they sold for $24.25 and the buyer paid $8 shipping. They did ship in a padded flat rate envelope. Hug-A-Bunch. Do y'all remember Hug-A-Bunch? Well, I got this Hug-A-Bunch at Goodwill, I think for $1.99. And it sold for $25.50. And I did provide free shipping on these. It actually did ship first class. I stuck it in a poly bag and then stuck it inside a poly mailer. And she was pretty good. She's a pretty good size. She's 17.5 inches, made from Kenner. This was the Patootie. Now she didn't have her little baby friend. If she would have been worth a little bit more money. They have these little bitty dolls that sit in their lap, and she didn't include those. But she was a nice, clean condition with those eyelashes. These next items are these little vintage tea bag holders. This was from my own personal collection that I'm thinning out. I did keep some of these, but I'm selling some of them as well. I have a lot of these. I just liked them, but I have so many of them that I need to get rid of some. They are just these little kitschy, little anthropomorphic tea bag holders. The set of 3 sold for $19.50 and the buyer paid shipping. The next item is an Annalee Rainbow Leprechaun. I picked this up in an auction. Got a whole box of Annalees at an auction. I think I paid maybe $18, $19 for the entire box. And I've been selling these for about $20 a piece. I've sold several of them. And the little St. Patrick's guy sold for $22.50 and the buyer paid shipping. He actually still had his tags on him. And so that always helps with these guys. The next item is this cute little vintage puppy dog ceramic eyeglass holder. I picked this up at Goodwill, I think for 99 cents. I used my own personal glasses to model the use of this cute little guy, and he sold for $25.50. He did ship first class, and I did provide free shipping on that. Very cute. And again, I put in the measurements. He has no flaws, and I did say that the eyeglasses are not included in the sale. If you add something to your photos, it's always a good idea to say that whatever you've added isn't included. I don't add things to my photos because I don't want to confuse my buyers, but for these I wanted to go ahead and show what they were used for. The next item are these Disney Store Christmas to Remember 1999 plush ornaments. I got these in a big auction box lot and have been selling them readily, and these sold for $16.50 and the buyer paid shipping. They were all new with tags. They're from like the millennial 1999 Christmas time from the Disney Store. This next item is something that I had for a little while. It's this vintage dome clear glass paperweight. It's the Regalia of Scotland Crown. Just a cool piece. Picked it up at Goodwill for 99 cents, sold it for $18, and I did provide free shipping on that. It did ship first class. Finally sold my last butterbeer mug. I'm not going to buy these again. I think if I would buy them again, I would just sell them in one big lot instead of selling them individually. But I picked them up for 65 cents a piece, so I'm making my money back on them. I am charging shipping, so it's been selling them for between $6 and $10 a piece. Then the next item is a vintage mercury glass Christmas ornament wire, or floral pick. I tried a couple of these online, and I have some available in the shop still too. If they don't sell for me in the shop, I'm probably going to go ahead and list them and hopefully get them sold for next Christmas. I don't know. I may end up selling them online here within the next couple weeks too, but I wanted to try them and see how they do online. I did sell both of them online fairly quickly, so I don't know, we'll see. But these sold for $18, and I did provide free shipping on these. They did ship first class. They're just really cool little vintage piece. The next item are these little lusterware napkin rings. They were a little chick and a duck, and they sold for $18.99. They did ship first class. I did provide free shipping for my buyer, and these were given to me. So these were totally free for me to sell. The next item is something that I picked up at Goodwill for 99 cents. Is this cute little Walker Rio Hondo pottery standing horse. I loved the mid-century look of this. I loved his eyelashes. I knew he was something special. He had the good crackling on him. Let me see if I got a good zoom in. Let's see, let's try this. You can see his crazing, so that's a good crazing. It shows his age. But sold him for $18.60. He wasn't very big. He was 3.5 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide. So he did ship first class. The next item is still something from the Disney ornament box lot from the auction. These wooden ornaments, they're kind of like the little dancing ornaments. You pull the string on them and their feet move and their arms move. They sold on a 15% off sale for $14.02, and I did provide free shipping, and they shipped for free. The next item is a vintage Lionel plans and blueprints booklet. This was basically, it was plan book for Lionel trains from 1945. You can see the copyright date was right there. Lionel trains are highly collectible, and anything train related is collectible, and I sold this for $17, and I did provide free shipping on this, and it did ship first class. It was just a thin little book with this really cool graphics on it. The next item is a 1991 Hallmark caboose train car. I got a lot of these in a grab bag lot at Goodwill for $2.50, and I'm selling them for anywhere between $8 and $10 a piece. I am shipping them for free. It is free shipping, so I'm making my money back selling them individually. You could have lotted them out, but I just decided to do it individually, and they have been selling. They did not come with any of the boxes, and you can see here, if you do your measurements or put some sort of a ruler or some sort of, people can see how big they are. Always helps in your photos. These were also in the auction lot. No, actually, these were also in the Goodwill grab bag of ornaments. Were these vintage rust Bernie ornaments with Santa and Mrs. Claus. You can see here, there's the rust Bernie. They're made in Taiwan. They are vintage, and they sold for $15, and I did provide free shipping, but they did ship first class. The next item was something, I believe I got this at Goodwill or at a yard sale. I don't remember. I know I didn't pay more than $1 for it, and it is this Wonder Art Stitchery, this Cruel kit. Never been used, and sold for $12.60, and I did provide free shipping. It did ship first class. The next item, this is something that I picked up from the Goodwill bins. It was brand new in the package, this OEM Apple 607-1158 DVI. It's a video monitor adapter for a MacBook. I don't know much about these things, but I figured it was at the bins. It's probably worth something. I know it was an Apple product. It did sell for $8.64. Free shipping. It did ship first class. I probably paid 10 cents for it at Goodwill, maybe, if that. It was very lightweight. The next item, something that I picked up, it was in an auction box lot. Just you get down to, and you see some things and you think that might be worth something, and it was this little vintage Pearl Harbor Remembered from 1991, the 50th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. It's a patch from the USS Arizona Memorial. Sold for $9.49. I did ship it for free. It was a patch. It was very lightweight. And the last item that I sold this week was another 1980 Hallmark tree trimmer ornament. Sold for $10.25. And it was free shipping. It did ship first class. So I love buying Hallmark ornaments. It did not have the box, but that's okay. People have these and they want them again, and they're going to buy them again, even if they don't have the box. Nice, minimal description, and these have been selling for me rather quickly. Okay, guys, so let's talk about numbers, shall we? On eBay, I sold 33 items on eBay, and my net sales were $985.01. My sales were up 47.5%. I was really hoping for them to be up 50%, but I'll take 47.5% any day. On Poshmark. Now, Poshmark, let me rephrase this. Now, with Poshmark, I have been paying some attention to Poshmark. I've been listing things. Well, I've been cross-listing things. So I always list on eBay first, and then Poshmark, and then Mercari. So Poshmark was being very nice to me, and I've been talking a little trash about Poshmark, and Poshmark is still not my favorite platform, and I don't know what I'm going to do with Poshmark yet. I don't know. I say I'm going to break up with Poshmark, but it's so easy to cross-list over to Poshmark that, why not? It doesn't take very long. So I'm just not like doing all of the sharing. I mean, I'll share every once in a while, maybe once a day, not my whole closet. Mainly I'm just sharing the things that are going to make me some money. The clothing and stuff does not make a lot of money. Shoes and handbags and cosmetics. I mean, cosmetics don't make a ton of money, but they sell very well on Poshmark. So those kinds of things I'll share every once in a while, but I don't like to babysit a site, and you have to babysit Poshmark, and I don't like that. But Poshmark, I sold 8 items, and my sales were $116.95, which has not been that. I mean, that's like the most I've sold on Poshmark in months. So, yay, Poshmark. Yay. Anyway, Mercari, you disappointed me this week. Girl, I only sold one thing on Mercari. For $5.81 was my profit. So, come on, Mercari. What's the deal? I've been buying stuff on Mercari all left and right, but I haven't been selling much on Mercari. And again, I cross-post everything to Mercari. So, come on, Mercari. Step it up a little bit. So, my total sales for the week, on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari were $1,107.77, and I sold 42 items. Not too bad of a week, I have to say, for being a holiday week and not really doing. I had like several days where I didn't really list anything. I didn't list anything on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday at all. Nothing. I didn't even like revamp listings. I did nothing. So it wasn't that bad of a week. It was a great week. In fact, I'm happy with this week. So those were my sales this week. I'm hoping that you guys are doing well too. I'm hoping that sales are starting to pick up a little bit for you, and fourth quarter is starting to gain a little bit of momentum. It should totally be rocking it these next couple weeks. So just get stuff listed, list, tweak your listings if you have old listings that haven't been selling. I kind of like to go through and look at if it has like 297 views and no watchers, then I'll end it, and then I will do sell similar, and then just switch things in the title a little bit and relist it. And it does work. So if you check those when you're looking through your active listings. I usually will do that on my mobile device. For some reason, I like to list on my laptop, but I like to relist and do sell similar on my phone. So I just scroll through the list. You can see how many people have looked at it and no one's watching it. Then that's either telling me that maybe my price is a little high, and so I'll just like lower it by maybe 10%, and it typically will sell, or at least we'll get some people interested in it. So anyway, that's my what sold video for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and say bye guys. See you in the next video.